Yeah.
Work on, wait, it's Monday? You work on Mondays now?
Yep. I mean, my life is just so. It's yeah. Since I don't work at Chick-fil-A now, it's like I'm trying to leave the house and actually go do work every day. So
Okay, I thought you were still finishing up the other jobs. I'm like, wait, they changed your schedule and you were like quitting? Well, when you're done in a couple days, I thought that was weird, but this makes more sense.
yeah, no, last week was my first week not working there, and so yeah, that's that's about the long and the short of it.
I guess I'll stop the video for now, so it's easier since you're on the go.
Yeah. So on my way to the post office right now, I'm gonna try and drop off some headphones my dad's trying to get warranted.
Okay. I don't know what to say. I
Yeah,
have
it was
no
just
response for
there's
that.
just nothing interesting sort of information. Just thought I'd bring it up.
Fair
Thought it
enough.
was
In that
relevant
case,
to the show. So what?
I was just saying, well, okay, in that case.
So I am what's that?
I like the no reaction of like, yeah, I'm just gonna pretend like nothing happened, just moving on.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to set the intention. Well, I already have, but like I'm gonna make some money this week, and wanted to just kind of float out the. I mean, I already kind of know what I want to do, but I think talking about anything besides that will really help my creative juices get going. So let's talk about the stupidest shit we can come up with.
That's perfect, because I was just thinking like the last, I don't know, week or so, we've been like really productive in our talks and like getting a ton of breakthrough ideas and everything. And I'm like, it feels like it's time for like a pointless conversation.
Yeah. And I think for me, I've always noticed this sort of like up and down energy of like the most action and productive I get is when I'm not talking about what I'm gonna do, but like when I do something kind of like really unrelated, and that kind of like gathers up some. It's sort of like being on a quest, and it's like, well, I have to go to the dungeon to like kill that dragon, but I have to go over here this other part of the map to like get some coins and like get some sticks and stuff to like it's like to trade and to get some energy for the thing that I'm gonna do. I feel like that's what floaching does for me. It's like, let me go off in some other part of the thing to like collect the resources I need or the energy or the ideas. And it's like it has nothing to do with anything other than this is the fuel that's gonna get me to do the actual stuff that does the thing. So I'm like, let's just let's go off the edges of the map.
All right, well, if we go with the fuel analogy, I think that whatever system we run on is like powered by crap.
That is so true. It's like a shit burning fuel system. It's like those incinerators that you see it.
Oh, no, poop power, of course.
Have you seen The Prince of Egypt?
I might have a very, very long time ago, but I don't really remember.
There's a song in there. It's like the at the very beginning they have this invocation of like all of the Egyptian gods, and it's like by the power of Ra, and then they mention all of these other like Anubis and Sekhmet and blah blah blah. I'm like, by the power of shit.
That was a crappy
Power.
ref. All right, so before we get into the, I mean, we're already in it, but so it's funny because this week you're like, this week I'm going to make money. And I'm like, this week I spent a bunch of money because I scheduled like 10 solo ads
Mhm.
and it's like 100 clicks each and the price varies. Like I tried different price points to see which ones work best. So it
Mhm.
varies between like, I don't know, let's say 50 and $100 per 100 clicks.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, for
These
10,
are
that's,
Facebook
I
ads?
think it is, but no, it's solo ads. So promoting my offer to people's lists directly.
Solo ads.
But so far, like,
Is-
it depends. I only got 2 that are completed because I've
Mhm.
scheduled 1 per day. So I'm like, that allows me to kind of track things a little better and not get overwhelmed,
Right.
even though I have links for everything. But I don't know. I just want to make sure like slow and steady. But
Mhm.
yeah, so far, like I've only had 2, so it's hard to tell the exact conversion rate or the cost, but
Mm.
it seems more expensive and a lower conversion rate than I was hoping for. But I guess
Yeah.
like so far it's a like a little over 18% conversion rate. So kind of crap.
What's an average good conversion rate that you know is possible in your um, industry?
I mean, it really depends on the list and on the offer and on the sales page and everything. So it's like, if I look at the last solo ad I ran, the one that I bought like through the program that I'm in with their exact sales pages, it converted higher, but the traffic that I got was complete crap. So it's like, I'm hoping this one is better quality since they actually signed up for my newsletter instead of signing up for some random offer. So we'll see.
Mhm.
Anyway, like either way, I already scheduled everything. So I already spent like $700 or $800. So either way, it's done. I'm just realizing how much money it costs to test stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, moving on from the actual important stuff to total crap.
Oh, I guess I better go. Yeah, I need a pen. Thank you.
You're welcome. I couldn't resist.
So what should we? What shit should we shoot?
The crappy kind? I don't know. I'm not used to talking about nothing anymore.
Well, I'm filling out I'm putting the address on a thing, like on a
Right.
box to mail something.
744 Crappy Lane.
There you go.
No, okay. Should have gone with 6006 because if you like adjust that, it kind of looks like poop. Or I could have gone with 9 and then you just flip them the other way instead. But either way. That was a crappy joke. I think this is going to be our real first episode that's nothing interesting.
That's probably gonna make it
Inaccurate.
one of our better
Yeah.
ones.
Although it might take 3 hours for us to get to the good part. It's kind of like, ooh, all right. It's kind of like we ate diamonds or gold and we pooped it out and we gotta like, search the poop. So it's like a lot of crap, but eventually you find something really valuable. Uh, All right, so what have you been up to since you've stopped working? I mean, at the job, obviously still working on the business, but how's life?
So, yeah, so Brian is having me edit the transcripts of, whoops. There you go. Apparently I can't spell while I'm talking. So he did a class a couple weeks ago, and I'm turning the transcripts and stuff into assets. So I can
Ah,
just kind of teach the
Next
class
step.
over and over.
So, and you're getting paid for that, or is it like just part of the
Yeah,
job? Okay,
yeah, it's like hourly. So I just track my hours on a spreadsheet, and then he just pays me a couple, like every couple of weeks.
all right. It's weird because I just hear you describing what you're doing. It's like, oh, cool. You're like, doing stuff and making money. I'm doing stuff and spending money. It's like, even though I'm setting up the business and it's going to lead to money in the future, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. It's weird.
Yeah.
I just see like, because I have a spreadsheet where I keep track of everything since I started. And I just see like the
Mhm.
red keep going up and up and up and the green's still at zero. I'm like, well, that sucks. But it's like I keep getting evidence that newsletters really pay.
Mm,
Like just, I think I sent you a message, but just in like that one platform where I bought the solo ads,
mhm.
there's 3 people on the leaderboards. Like the top 3 people on the leaderboards have made over $10,000 from their list this month on that one website.
Dang.
It's like all they do is literally just sell solo ads. So they promote whatever people want them to promote to their list. So it's like they don't even need to go out and find offers. They
Mm,
literally have a list and just, send whatever emails people ask them to send, and that's it. And they make like a crap ton of money.
dang.
And it's like one of them is in
And that's
Indonesia.
like
Like she's
one
making
business.
over, yeah, she's like making over 10,000 like US per month from that one site from her list, and she's in Indonesia. So she's like freaking rich.
Dang. That's amazing. All right.
It's just
Give me one
reminding
second.
me
I'm
like,
gonna,
okay, lists are good. You just need to stop being a moron and figure out how to build them.
yeah.
What I'm thinking of doing is like reaching out to the people I get solo ads from. It's like, hey, by the way, I'm like totally building up my list, as you can see from the solo ad that I bought. Do you have any
Yeah.
like tips or tricks? Like, I'm not trying to compete with you or anything. I'm just trying to grow my list. It's like most people are probably not going to respond or be like, hey, sorry, but I kind of want to keep my thing secret, but maybe a few people will be like, yeah, okay, go out and like do that. That's how I build. Because like in the description of some of them, it's like, oh, like between like 300 and 1,000 new leads added to the list every day. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot every day. Like 300, let's say per day is what, like, wait, is it 10,000 per month? Whoa, that is a lot. Wow. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about business again. Crap.
How about dinosaurs?
How about dinosaur poop?
There you go. I feel like I saw
Like you saw
foss-
dinosaur poop.
yeah, I do. I think that's one of the first fossils I ever saw in real life. It was like fossilized dinosaurs.
That's
Hey,
the
give me just a
crappiest
second.
fossil I've ever heard of.
Hi, doing well. How are you?
Anything fragile liquid here?
No. It does have batteries. It's headphone. It's like wireless headphones. Like it's just like little earbuds. Cool. You just hit yes.
Do you need extra insurance other than $50 a piece?
Mm,
Oh, no.
mm, mm.
Anything else in the stamps today?
That's all today. Thank you, Terry. No, it's pretty nice. It's not real overcast.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
And there's the tracking
perfect.
number for you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good day.
You too. All right, I'm all done. I turned into a piece of fossilized dinosaur poop.
Uh,
So something really interesting happened this morning. Speaking of fossilized dinosaur poop, never know if what you have is fossilized dinosaur poop. Remember, I told you that I set the intention to attract crystal money or like money that's going to grow itself.
Yep.
And I didn't talk to Sarah about that, but that like the day that I had set that intention and then I found
and
the I
you
found a
found-
crystal on the ground and then I immediately made like $1,000. So I've been kind of thinking like I should put that $1,000 into some sort of asset before I spend it. Like I need to turn it into something that's going to grow and then take the money out after that thing that like starts generating something. So, but anyway, the thing that happened that was really interesting is this morning I was talking with Sarah and she said, like out of the blue, she hasn't seen my vision board. She didn't like, but she said, you know what I really want? I want a crystal that is the vibration money. And I'm like in my head, I was like, that was literally going to be your birthday present. I was gonna like get it wire wrapped so that she could wear it as a necklace. But I just thought that was really funny that she decided that that was what she wanted, and in the in terms of like the universe giving what she like what you want before she even said what it was that she wanted, it had already lined and arranged things up that exactly the words and the intention that she spoke out of her mouth like it's already here. Like it was sitting in the room with us as she said that, and it was like so hard for me not to just like walk over and be like, well, there you go, voila. So, but that's what I'm gonna give her for her birthday next week. It's on Tuesday next week. So I need to get it turned into a piece of jewelry. But I was like, not being the one asking for something and the universe like doing its thing, but like being on the other side of kind of seeing I'm kind of becoming the universe that is turning requests into like reality. Like That is weird. That's
Dude.
wild. But it's like, if you realize that, like, that's what makes you valuable to other people, is like when they can say to the universe, oh, I wish I had this thing, and what you have is a structure or resources, or you yourself are the product, but it's like, oh, you want that thing? There you go. Your wish is granted. Like, then you become known for, you know, being able to basically grant wishes. It's like, that's what manifesting is like.
Okay, what you said was very powerful. You said something along the lines of you're the universe. So it's like when we're asking something from the universe, we're actually asking ourselves. We're like, no, I asked the universe, my job is done. It's like, no, you asked for it, now you got to do it. And
Mm,
it's we forget that part. So it's like
yeah.
I asked the universe, like, hey, universe, I want $1 million. And the universe is like, all right, you're the universe, so you got to give yourself $1 million. And then you don't do it. And you're like, universe, what the hell? It's like, you didn't do it. Of course you didn't get it.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, just realizing, recognize, like, you are the universe and you have everything inside you that can make that thing possible. And then we complain, like, why didn't you give me the thing? It's like, it's here. It's already there. You just have to unscramble the Rubik's Cube into a form where, like, all of the stuff that you have turns into the $1 million. But we think it's like something external to us, when it's like we're just another fold or representation in, like, everything that the universe is. Like, it's all contained in us, and like what we're able to do, what we know, what we feel, all of the things that we have access to. And, the more that you grow your network, the more that you build your skill sets, like the bigger your universe expands.
Hmm. I feel like there's something here, like something that we need to figure out, or some sort of value here, because I don't know, this just seems right somehow, but I'm not quite sure what the message is.
Yeah, so let's not try to figure it out. Let's talk about something else, and then it'll come up.
It's like one of the suspicions I have is, well, it's not really a suspicion, it's more like a proven theory at this point when it comes to floating, of like, we just talk about random stuff and then forget about it. And then like a year later, we're like, oh, that thing we talked about a year ago just happened and I wasn't even trying to. And it's like, I think we're just so stuck in the moment, and we think like the answer is outside of us, that we kind of forget of like, just, have the intention, forget about it, and just do what feels right. So it's like, as an example for business, it's like, all right, I'm clear on what I have to do. I'm doing it, but I still feel like I'm wasting my time and I'm spending money for nothing. But it's like, yeah, but that's the process of
Mhm.
making what I want a reality, even though I'm not trying to force it. It's just because it feels right. So it's like, I may feel like I'm wasting my time and doing a bunch of random stuff, but in a year from now, I'll look back and be like, oh, that's why I did that, quote unquote,
Oh
random.
my God. What you are saying makes so much sense. Okay, here's what just came up for me. Like, I'm driving and I literally just passed a sign at a swimming pool that says no diving. So here's what I got out of what you said. We want the outcome. Let's say you're learning how to swim, and, like, oh, you see the kids on the deep end of the pool diving in. Like, I want to be able to do that. And what we want is, like, the outcome of, like, I want to be able to be like them and do that thing, like make $1 million. And so we think, oh, well, what we need to do to be them is copy what they're doing. And it's like, that's the fastest way that I can see to become that. And the reality is, you don't do that. because if you don't understand what it is, if you've never done it before, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to like destroy the outcome before it's like trying to dive into the shallow end of the pool when you don't know how to dive. Like you're just as likely to hit your head as you are to like figure out how to dive on the first try.
Dude,
And so
that is so
So,
smart what you just said. We look at other people who are diving in the deep end and we're like, I'm going to start in the shallow end just to be safe. But then we try to dive and we just like face plant. We're like, why didn't it work?
yeah.
Oh
And
my
so it's
God.
like you need to break it down into smaller steps, do the little pieces that you can do, but then it's like you need to like be where they are in the deep end and learn to dive by going where you're supposed to go, but not by trying to do everything all at once while trying to stay safe. And it's like the fastest way to do what you're trying to do is by doing it slowly, by it's like by floating, but I'm going to do all this random stuff that seems like it has nothing to do with it, with what I'm trying to do. But what you're doing is like you're in 3D, you're going down the steps into the pool. You're learning how to get comfortable with the water. You're learning how, like, you're kneeling at the edge of the pool, learning how to like fall in a diving movement, and then you learn how to jump, and it's like, and then you go to the deep end of the pool and you jump in and learn how to like hold yourself up. It's like that's the way to do it, and it's not like it takes that long. You can learn how to dive in an afternoon if you just do it a little tiny piece at a time. But when you're like, oh, I just want to I want it right now, the thing that you risk is I'm gonna basically blow myself up because I want to have it now instead of like going at the pace that I'm capable of going. And so it's like, so many people want to get started into business and they start pouring money into, oh, I got to build a website or I got to do this high-end coaching thing. It's like they haven't even started with like, well, what is it that I can do? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I like? Who is asking me for help? And they're just all of these like really, really basic fundamental things that they try to skip over. And so then they basically end up like bashing their head on the bottom of the shallow end of the pool. And they're like, why didn't it work? I'm trying to copy what what everybody else is doing. That shit worked. It makes sense.
All right. This analogy makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, I'm not the shallow end kind of person. I'm the jump in the deep end and either drown or learn to swim kind of person. So how do I apply that principle to business? Because I feel like now I'm in the shallow end of it. All right, let's like dip a toe in and test the temperature and try to see like how deep it is and everything. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm wasting my time and wasting my money. So when it comes to business, as an example of like building an email list, how do I jump into the deep end of this?
Gotcha. Okay, so in that case, it would be, I think the analogy is if you want to jump straight into the deep end, it's like you go
The
get the
analogy
diving
is I'm
instructor.
gonna drown.
It's like you go get the diving instructor and you say, I don't want to do it like everybody else is doing. I'm just gonna jump right in and you can't stop me. So watch me so I don't kill myself. And then it's like you get other people, like you don't do it by yourself. Basically, it's you get somebody who can pull you out if you like start drowning, or you get somebody that can say, okay, here's what you did wrong. You need to bend your knees and like walk up to the edges, but don't like jump from the fence and try to jump across the cement all the way into the pool. It's like just go to the edge, like, and spring off the edge a little bit. Like get somebody who, and I think this is why we need coaches. It's like who is doing exactly what you want to do, and then like listen to them. Like, do the thing that you're doing, but then show them what you're doing. Actually, like, get lots of feedback. And then it's like by doing it, just jumping in and doing it, like, and then them telling, okay, fix this thing, and this thing, and then you're good. It's like just keep doing that and you'll figure it out. That will be lots faster than like going through the, you know, the program and stuff that everybody else has to go through of, okay, first we're gonna do this step, and we gotta do this step. But it's sort of like you have to build your own support system so that it's like, all right, yeah, you jumped in and you're braver than everybody else, but like you jumped in backwards and upside down. Okay, turn around. Like you don't need to be that special. Like if you want this to work, like learn how to do it the way everyone else is doing it before you start adding tricks in.
All right, I think you're right. So I think my thought that I had of like reaching out to people with lists and being like, hey, how did you build a list? Do you have any like suggestions or tricks is a good strategy. And then if I find someone who's doing exactly what I want to do, I can reach out to them and be like, hey, I want to build the same business that you have. Can you help me? Can you teach me? I'm willing to pay if I have to. Like, how do I do this? And it's like, even if I pay that person like $1,000 just to like break down the process to do it, that's going to be way more valuable than spending $1,000 on traffic and getting like a couple hundred leads.
Yeah. Okay, so what came up for me is how can you do this in a way that is valuable to both you and to the person you're helping, as well as building a network. So it's like, as you reach out, you know, like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what kind of help I'm looking for. You know, would you be willing to help me? And if they say no, I'd be like, do you know anybody that's doing something like what you're doing or like what I'm wanting to do that you could refer me to? So it's like, even if they say no, like ask again and ask again to see if like that opens a door to where you're going to get to. So even if they can't help you build your thing or give their time, maybe they can help, and then by getting a referral, like just a little bit more credibility with that next person you talk to because they're referring you. And then if you're, instead of paying someone to do it, what if you just said like, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm like, I've already started, I'm already paying money. Like that's what I want to do. Can I help you? Can I just see your business? Like I'll do some VA work for you. Like show me some stuff that you want done and I will do it for free so that I can learn. But like try to problem solve in the way where it's like, how do you gain experience or put yourself in front of more people who could be potential clients later? It's like, instead of spending money to get to where you want, how do you build an asset with your time and energy, or build a relationship with people as you're doing what you're trying to do?
That is very smart. By the way, I just want to mention something. Because you're kind of like, you're on data, it's like the connection isn't always in the best, and you're talking about time, you're like, duh. It's just really funny.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I really like this new strategy, and it feels way better than just kind of like throwing, well, I was going to go with mud, but you know what, throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. And then looking around and be like, ah, man, I'm in a room full of crap.
It's more like targeted mudslinging. Like, all right, well, I know the thing I want to hit is on this wall, so I'm only gonna fling mud there. Instead of like, I think what a lot of us do is just try everything. And it's sort of like, you know, like when Zoe eats, she just like, her little arms are just like little windmills. She's just flinging food everywhere instead of like, okay, The point is you use your hand to get the food into your mouth. Like that's the only place it's supposed to go. And she's just like, okay, I know I want that over here. I don't know how to do that. So I'm just gonna like just expend a bunch of energy. And so it's just like becomes a windmill of food.
Hmm. Yeah, I think, okay, the last few days we've been talking about like coming up with strategies and stuff like that to really make everything easier and more effective and get to the point where it's like we do something and then people look at the result and they're like, how did you do that? And it's like, I think we're on the right path with that. What we're missing is people who have been there and done that, that can tell us like, yeah, okay, you're on the right path or just that things. Like, I think that's what we're missing because we haven't done it. We're like, all right, this is a very good strategy. It will work, but we haven't had enough experience to know exactly how it's going to work.
Mm,
So I think you're
okay.
right. By having people who are already there and have already made it, they can be like, yeah, okay, you know what, you're good, or make a few tweaks here and you'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. So what if we try this out? What if we use the floating process that we've been doing, which is like we say it and then it just kind of like happens later. So what if we said, okay, so this is what we're doing, and then you just start doing it, and then you're asking the universe to support you. So it's like you're doing it out in public, you're doing the living out loud thing where you just share the process and like maybe intentionally even share to individuals who you think might have some input or know somebody that you can connect with. And so you're like, this is what I'm doing. I don't know the details of how to do it, but I know enough that this is going to work. And I'm just going to keep doing it until it works. But if you see what I'm doing and you either believe in it or you're like, yeah, I know somebody who's doing something like that. Like, I would love to know how to do this better. Like, I'd like to, um,
I think we've been complete idiots. Because we're like, all right, let's stop making our life complicated. Let's make it simple and just copy other people's business. And yeah, that is smarter than what we're doing. But I think even smarter than that is finding someone successful and creating the business with them. So it's like, we have this idea. We're really good at coming up with ideas, but we don't have the experience or necessarily the funds to make it a reality. And it's going to take a while and a lot of trial and error to do it ourselves. So we're still out of this, like, okay, the business needs to be me and represent me completely and be special and unique. Like, we've moved past that. But we've still been stuck in the place of like, we need to do this ourselves. Where instead, if we just find someone who's successful and we provide an idea and they're like, okay, I like the idea, let's do this together, and we just split the profits, it's going to be so much easier, way
dude,
more
okay.
effective. And like, I don't know, it's just, I'm realizing we're idiots.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you find somebody and you say, I want to learn how to do this so that will work. I'll do all the work for free because that will teach me exactly what I need to know. It'll be the business that I'm going to build, but I want to build it for you. So if as I'm going along doing this, like just tell me like what do I need to skip? What's a waste of my time and where do I need to focus so that I'm building the right things at the right time, and I'll give it to you. Like if you can tell me, where I'm going and how to avoid the holes, um like I want to create this value and let you have it for you helping me shortcut the time. And so then I think just doing it in a way it's like, all right, this is what I've done. This is the, thing. This is what I'm looking for feedback on. And then just sharing that in a way that really minimizes their impact of like time and having to be available, that kind of thing. It's like, I'm sure there's probably lots of people who would be willing to do that. And maybe the right way to find them is like start that process. Be like, I don't know who's gonna help me on this, but I know there's somebody out there in my network who is connected to me, who this is how I want this to work. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna make this happen. If you see this idea and be like, oh, that's valuable, and you want me to just build it for you, and you want it faster, I'm asking you to just like give me feedback on this as I build it.
I think,
I mean, some form of that I think should work. It's like that's the manifesting process. It's like doing in what you're saying and what you're doing are aligned, and then just putting it out to the universe, allowing like those seeds to just like land wherever they're gonna land, and then somebody's gonna have like the right soil where it's like, ooh, this seed just dropped into my garden. Like that's a rare seed. I'm gonna water that and shade it and like tie up a little stake so it can grow up straight. It's like I didn't really do any work, but it just came to me.
I feel like a good strategy for this would be something along the lines of to stick with like something we've been talking about a lot lately. It's like, all right, find someone who has a list, who's doing what I want to do, and then pitch him the idea of,
Dude.
hey, I want to set this up for your business. So let me use your audience to set this up on the back end. So it's like you get, people to copy your business and it doesn't cost you anything else because I'm doing all the work and there's not really that much work set up anyway. And you can charge like 100,000 times more than you normally would. And it's like, all right, let me set that up for you. We can work together and like, like you're in charge. It's your business, but we can make a deal of like, I do all the work and I make like, let's say 10% of every person that signs up. So I get paid to test a theory. And at the same time, I make the connection with that person so that when I'm ready and I go out and I'm creating my list, I know the system works and I have someone I can go out to and ask like, hey, I'm building my list. Like, do you have any suggestions on how to do it?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I do that for 4 or 5 different people, then I'm making like, 40 to 50% on the back end. Plus I have all these connections to help guide me when I'm building my list.
And you know what? I bet you, even if you're starting with like the relationship with like, I'm giving you some free value, like like, I guarantee some of those people are gonna be like, I want you promoting my thing because they trust you, because they like you're finding offers right away from people who have, I mean, maybe they don't have their own offer. Maybe their business model is just a newsletter, but I bet you they have access to some good offers if you start networking with people who that's what they make their living doing. Okay, but the thing that came up for me is like, just circling back, it's like the way to make this irresistible, the way to make this sexy is if you think about it from the standpoint of, I am the universe that is manifesting the thing that you were looking for. So if you go into these conversations thinking like, oh, I'm trying to get something out of it, like, I think you got to flip it from like, there's somebody who has a list who's had at the back of their head, I really should turn this into like squeeze more money out of my list. Like I need to have a thing where I have my own offer, or it's like, man, what if I could somehow generate extra revenue this month so I can go, on a vacation or buy a laptop or whatever. It's like, there's somebody who you showing up at their door right then, even if it's like a cold message, like, I would like to do something for you to generate money for you like right now. And I'm not asking for anything because I'm going to learn what I need to, like, you are the universe manifesting exactly what they want. So it's like, this is gonna work if you see yourself in that space.
And I'm just realizing like I can start small with people with like a couple thousand person lists, but it's like if I find one person who has like 100,000 person list
Mhm.
and they set this up and it's like, it works and I make like 10% on the back end. If 1,000 people sign up for 100 thing, it's like I'm making, I don't know, 1,000 per month. I don't know. My math is not very good right now because I suck at math, but anyway, I think that's it. So it's like from setting up one thing, I could make like a bunch of money on the back end, like recurring for no work extra. Plus,
Yeah,
by setting it up, I can then just go ahead and literally copy and paste that system to someone else's list.
yeah.
So it's like, I
So
feel
then
like
it's like,
to do this, like I'm gonna need to record like capture of like, hey, this is how you create your ClickFunnels account and upload the funnels that are pre-made into your account.
mhm,
It's like, once that's recorded, I can just, literally copy and paste that and apply it to someone else's business because the video is the same.
yeah, dude. Okay, so if you thought of it this way, like, once you have that training, once you have the steps where it's like, you don't even need me to be available for you to be able to copy this. That's saleable. You could totally start a group for affiliate marketers and be like, this is the system that I developed. Like, if you want to copy it, it's like $100 or like whatever it was that you were gonna do, and like just literally show them exactly what you built. And then that's your offer, that's your product. Like, you could add this to your business today and like 100x your revenue on people who say yes to this.
And I feel like the best strategy for this would be not an upfront fee. Because a lot of people, it's like, well, if I got to pay an upfront fee, like, I don't know, it's a good theory, but I don't know if it's going to
Mhm.
work. Whereas if it's like, hey, I'm not charging you anything, I'm just taking like 10% on the back end once
Mhm.
it's set up. Like, then it's
Yeah.
attractive. And to them, it's like, they're making more money anyway. So who cares if they only
Mhm.
make 90% instead of 100%?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh. So have I been thinking about this wrong? Because I've been trying to, like, I want to create a list and, promote offers, but what if the list that I build is a list of affiliate marketers who have
Mm,
their list? And it's like, instead of using the system that I came up with, that is my product, that is what I sell.
dude, and then if you just set it up as an affiliate product where it's like they make dang, if the industry standard is like 30%, if you offer something like 65%, like there's no reason they wouldn't add it to their stack, because that's their business is like finding products where I get paid a lot, and it's their, I mean, you're basically giving them a way to add recurring revenue on their own work. Um, and if you give them, like a gigantic, it's like, it's mostly your assets, so it's gonna be mostly your money. Then you just get you know, a whole bunch of affiliate marketers who have lists, and then it's like, you make it really sexy for them to add it to their thing. So you're not even trying to convince people of why it's a good idea. It's like, it's incredibly apparent and obvious, like, this is a stupid good deal.
The only issue that I have that I keep rubbing up against as we come up with these different ideas is, how do I find people who have a list and promote affiliate offers to it? It's like, okay, right now I have this website that runs solo ads, but it's like a lot of those people, their business is selling solo ads. It's not promoting affiliate products.
Okay, let's do this. Let me go inside and we're gonna figure this out right now on the call. Let's go find some people. Ouch, I'm.
But I'm wondering once again, like, are we being too smart for our own good?
Nope.
Are we overcomplicating things once again?
Nope.
It's like the basic concept is just like build a list, promote affiliate offers, have that back end upsell that can generate like a crap ton of money. And it's like, do I
Thank you.
need to go anywhere beyond that?
No, I don't think so, because here, I'm gonna hop on the laptop so we can talk a little bit more, but I think what I'm saying is like, this can be really easy. This can be like annoyingly simple.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what it's annoying me is like, my default setting is how can I make this more complicated?
Yeah, and I think that's what we need to like. I think I'm gonna make a note on my calendar somewhere, or like in some sort of like beginning of the day. Oh, I even have it on my board. I just need to put my board somewhere where I see it every day. Like, how can we make this simple? Fine. Magic.
So it's like we keep coming up with a bunch of really clever ideas that we can end up like stacking up on the back end to make even more money. But I think in the beginning, it's like the basic concept is simple enough that it's going to work.
Mhm.
So just do that because we're like, all right, the basic concept is going to generate money. If I have my own upsell in the back end, I can wait even more money. And then it's like, if I sell that concept to other people with lists, I can make even more money. It's like, yeah, but you're like 3 steps ahead when you should be focusing on the first.
Yeah, so let's just solve that first step. Like, let's find some people for you to offer this to and say, I don't have this yet, but I'm pretty sure the idea will work. I've already started working on it, and I just want your help, your feedback on how will this actually work and be helpful for you so that I can build the right thing. Because I'm already going to do it. And let me open up Zoom and I'll switch over to
Yeah, I guess we were wrong. This is going to end up being a productive conversation after all. We suck.
All right, I'm gonna turn off my Bluetooth.
All right, recording and live. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording. It's still streaming on YouTube.
Nice.
Okay,
Alright,
now I'm gonna
my
figure out.
video back on then.
I keep forgetting to bring my mouse. Help with device.
If we invented a new kind of clock, I think it would be a not so grandmother clock.
Grandmother clock.
Yeah, but that's too easy.
Plain mother clock. A motherfucker clock.
Yes, that's the one.
advice.
Just for fun, for the brainstorming pleasure of the viewers that are inexistent. What if, is there a way to get someone else to build a business for us? Not copy the business that they're doing and make it way easier for us, but literally have someone else build the business for us. It's like, is there a way for me to set this up in such a way that someone else is building my list for me?
That's possible.
And I don't mean like, pay an agency to do that. Like, is there a strategy of this? Like, all right, someone has an existing business and it's like, I don't know, some sort of partnership, or for some reason, like we come up with something, it's like, all right, with this strategy, I don't need to build a business. This person that I'm partnering with is building it for me for some reason. Ooh, what if I can just find someone to give me their business? Kind of like I was thinking of doing, it's like, oh, I can build up the list and then, find someone to run it and just basically give them the business and be like, all right, we're splitting the profits 50-50. Like you do everything, but because I set up the business, we get to split the profit. So what if I find someone who's done that and he's like, yeah, I've set up the business, I just don't want to do it anymore. Here's the business, do it, and we'll just split the profit. So I can literally like have a list like that and start generating money and not have to do anything.
So let me see, like my headphones were cutting in and out. Let me see if I understood what you said. You said, is there a way to get somebody else to build your list with this product? So it's like, once you've done the work and like have that as an offer, like you get somebody else to do the work to build the list, run the newsletter.
Well, it was kind of like two ideas. First one is, can I get someone else to build the list for me? The second one was, what if I just find someone who has a list and who just doesn't want to do the work of running it anymore? So they're just like, hey, here's my list, here's my business, everything's set up. You do all the work and we just split the profits. Kind of like I wanted to do in the beginning. That was the idea of like set up the business and then just kind of like hand it off to someone and split the profits. What if I'm on the receiving end of that instead? And I'm realizing something else. If I want someone to build me a list, the strategy would be find someone who has an existing business but has no use for a list, so that I can partner with them and I get the list and I can use the list to generate profit and they still have their business. So it's like they don't lose, but I gain from, like, I get the audience for free, basically. So what kind of businesses have that built-in audience, that built-in list, but they don't use it? They have no use for it. But
oh my goodness, churches.
oh yeah,
I mean, there are all kinds of, I'm sure there are all kinds of niches where it's like there's communities that have a big old list, but they're not marketing to any of them. That's my model that I'm slowly working towards. Like I'm trying to figure out how to get consistent income first, but like that's literally the next thing I'm going to build out after I have a low ticket product that is just consistently generating a little bit of income on an ongoing basis that I don't have to touch. What I want to do is essentially offer to churches, like, I'll do your marketing for you. I'm going to do a newsletter that's built to connect your community together. I'm going to try and get enough churches that to basically generate the content for me. So it'll be like an aggregated newsletter so that there's like a shared vision and an umbrella goal. So there's kind of magazine content that I don't have to write, and they're sharing kind of like what they're doing. But then I'm offering like I'll email and market and like get your community more engaged, more tapped into what you're doing, get them excited. And so like they don't have to do anything, but that means that I get access to all of their people. I get all of the people in their church and in their network. So then I can establish a relationship through email with the individuals in those communities. That becomes my big feedback loop of like, what is it that the individuals in churches are looking for and want? And so it's that's there's got to be an equivalent of something like that for people who are building lists to market to people, but that are somehow not utilizing the asset as well as they could be.
All right, completely unrelated question. Are you using your data or Wi-Fi?
I'm on Wi-Fi now.
Okay. Um. Because
Am
yeah,
I
like
cutting
if
out?
we can, no, you were before, but now it's good. So I was just making sure to see if it would like
Mhm.
go back to being crap. All right. I really like this idea of like who has audiences that don't use them, have no use for them, that I can go in and monetize.
Dude, that's how Warren Buffett got ridiculously rich. Like he went around, like he looked at stocks the same way. It's like who's undervaluing what they have? Who doesn't understand that their business or their things like the stock of this is actually really valuable because what the company is doing or whatever. It's like, and so he would buy things when they're undervalued, and then people eventually would realize like, oh, this is actually more valuable. That's what you're doing. You're looking at who has a business, who has a list that's underutilizing it, or that isn't squeezing very much value from it, and you're the one that's like going in and saying, hey, can I use this, when they don't really understand the value of it.
Dude, I just realized this is the exact process we're talking about with finding someone who has a list and being, hey, you have a list and you're promoting offers and you're making money, but you can make like 10 times more money with this one simple strategy that you implement. It's that same basic principle. So it doesn't need to be people who have lists that aren't using them. It's people
Mhm.
who have lists that aren't maximizing their profits from that
Right.
list.
Yeah. If you can offer like, I can help you make 10 times more money off of the same asset that you have already built, who would say no to that?
All right,
Especially
so
if there's no upfront cost. If you're like, I know that this will make, like I've done this as an experiment with like 3 people, and it's like we made at least 7 times what they were making. So we made at least like whatever the numbers are, but it's like this works. So because I know it works, means I don't have to charge up front. It's like you pay me $300 to set it up, and you'll see how much your revenue increases.
okay, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. I still feel like I should be building the list on the back end because that's
Mhm,
like long-term valuable asset to have.
mhm.
In the short term, to start generating money, maybe the business strategy should be this exact thing of like, I had this idea that I can implement into your business. And the first few times it's more like, hey, I'm going to do this for free. I'm just going to take a cut on the back end. We can like test everything. You're going to be like there the whole way and approve everything, but I'm going to do the work. So you don't have to do any work. We're going to set this up and see what the results are. And then once I have a few people who it worked for, then that could be my offer. I can be like, hey, I've done this 3 times with 3 different people. On average, they made like, as you were saying, like let's say 7 times more profit
Mhm.
from their list that they didn't grow, like their existing list. We made 7 times more, as an example. And it's like I have that offer. So it's like I'm setting everything up for you. You don't need to do any work. this is pretty much guaranteed. And even if it doesn't work, you don't lose anything because I'm doing all the work. All I'm asking for is 20% of all upsells on the back end. So
Yeah.
you make like
you're-
80% of the extra profit for
Mhm.
doing absolutely nothing. And if I
Yeah,
do that and find like
dude.
10 different people with big lists, like that's my business. That's my recurring
Mhm.
income. I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, dude, a performance-based offer is such a great deal for you because what it means is the better quality of client that is able to profit and make lots of money off of what you're offering them, the more that you make. It's not about oh, I can just keep raising my prices or like there's some scarcity. It's like I'm worth like how good of a client you are. So the better clients that you attract, like the people who already can make a lot of money, this becomes something that this is much more valuable to them because it's based on, you already have a system that's working. This system works. Like we put the two together, it's gonna make you a lot of money. And that's how I make money is because it's tied to how like how well it performs, not
And
like
I feel
you're
like,
not charging for your time or like the info.
and I feel like the beauty of this is as I perfect the system and add more stuff to it, I can go back to pre-existing clients and be like, hey, there's this new thing that I figured out that makes even more money on the back end. So like a second upsell, let me implement that into your business. And once again, like you make more money, I make more money, everybody wins. So it's like the beginning could be like the basic offer of like, hey, $100 per month. And then further down the line, it's like, all right, well, I've partnered with a VA agency. So you can offer the upsell of for like another $100 per month. You get someone to like, you get a VA assigned to you and they do all the work for you. So everything on the back is fully automated. And then there can be the other upsell of like, hey, for $500 per month, you partner with this lead gen agency. So they drive the traffic. You don't even need to build your list yourself. And it's like for every upsell, like they make more money and I make more money. And it's like, as I perfect the system and everything, it's like even pre-existing clients, like I end up making more money from them. And as their list grows, I keep making more money too.
Yeah.
This seems like a really smart way to make a lot of money
Yeah.
potentially very quickly and without much work. Because once the system is set up, once I've tested it on like 2 or 3 different people, I have that system that I can just pretty much like copy and paste into someone's business.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would say is let's shoot like a little VSL right now. Like just explain the idea, explain why you're excited about it, and explain what you want to do for somebody who already has a list. Say like, I want to do this for I'm just going to work with 3 people right now. I'm going to build it so that it works for you.
I just, okay, I thought of something. I don't know what the best strategy is. Because with this, there are certain tools that people are going to need in order to set up. So like ClickFunnels as an example of like, hey, you get a ClickFunnels subscription, you can literally copy and paste all of our different opt-in pages and thank you pages and upsells and everything. It's like the whole system's there for you. But we built everything on ClickFunnels. So it's like, even though you can take a different platform and go create it yourself, you can create a ClickFunnels account and just upload everything and plug it in immediately. And by doing that, it's like, all right, I have like the link that I included ClickFunnels is my affiliate link. So there's two options for there. Either I can do this as part of the pitch. It's like, hey, I'm building this, and on the upside, you're going to make even more money because I'm going to use your affiliate link. Or I can go the other way of like, yeah, I'm building everything for you, but I'm using my own affiliate links. So I don't know which would be the best strategy, because one of them I make more money. The other one, it's an even more irresistible offer.
I think the more irresistible you can make it, the more you're going to get people converted. It's like the more, if you can get it so that people just like, they can't say no to it, then you can charge more. Like the more people saying yes to it, the more recurring income you're gonna get from it. So like, even if it's like your piece of the pie is like, even like 2% out of people who are making $1 million off your offer, like you could find 100 people who are like, who are like, God damn, like that's what I'm getting. Like this guy, I'm getting a steal. This guy doesn't know what he has. But it's like, that's how you make your cut, is like by offering them something that it's, they'd be stupid to say no. And then you just keep ratcheting up the value because you're getting more and more and more and more people doing it. You're like, I've already got 300 people that are using the system and making a gajillion dollars.
But I'm just wondering because like it doesn't seem like a lot, but if I do this for like 10 different people and 100 people sign up to that from that, it's like, all right, that's like 1,000 people total. To ClickBank, that's an extra that's an extra $40,000 per month in recurring income in my pockets. And that gives me like multiple streams of income. Just like, even though it makes a more irresistible offer where it's like, hey, you get the affiliate commissions for ClickFunnels, for GetResponse, all the other services that I set up. It's more irresistible, but like if I do with my affiliate links, like no matter what happens in the future, I had those people locked in and signed up. And as long as they keep using the system, I keep making money. And it's like, it's diversifying my assets and it's like kind of protecting me in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. I think that's one of those things you figure out with your market, is like, what's like, are you okay with me using my affiliate link here? Or like, if they're, if you're building it out for somebody and they're like, hey, I want to use my affiliate link. Like if the person who is you're getting help from, like getting the feedback to make the system work for them, says do that, then do that for them. And then once you have it built, be like, it's just gonna be my affiliate link from now on. Once you have the product, you can make it however you want. But it's like,
Or
what is gonna work to get people on board? I don't know.
or it could be different. It could be like, hey, I'm setting this up for you and it's I make 20% on the back end of everyone who upgrades. Or if you prefer, I can only take a 10% cut. But in that case, all the affiliate links for the different softwares is going to be mine instead of yours.
I feel like in terms of like a finished product, in terms of people saying yes, like you can't really give them options. It's like, this is what you get. And I think you'll figure out what that, like the right
Yeah.
things, like where those little things become obstacles by just doing it with somebody. So
It's
how would
I
you
really
describe?
like the idea of like having a secondary business that's set up on the back end of this primary business? It's kind of
Yeah,
like a
no, I
business
do.
within a business within a business. So it's like I'm building my
I think you
list
should do it.
while offering this, while at the same time setting up recurring incomes from different platforms. So it's like, all right, I have like 3 businesses wrapped into one.
So I think the way you do it is you show people how to build it in like a free group or like in a free resource, like on your newsletter for people who are like, I want to make money online. Like, do you want to see how I built my business? If you want to do it, you can do it. I'm going to show you every single step. Go here, sign up for ClickFunnels. Go here, sign up for ClickBank. Okay, now create a land page. You can copy the land page like you can walk them through doing it and they can do it. Or, if they get through all of the how to do it and they're like, I hate technology, I still don't want to do it. They're like, well, you can sign up for my subscription. I'll just do it all for you. It's like you can do it with a certain crowd of people who, like, they're brand new and they don't have something like, so there might be a lot of affiliate marketers who they already use something like ClickFunnels, or they might use Kartra and they don't want to switch, whatever. But I think that like when you start doing it, you put it into motion, you're going to find those areas where like, oh, this segment of people is asking, and like, that's an area where I can it's all my affiliate stuff. And then your newsletter is another level of like of affiliate offers. And then it's like, I mean, your entire business is just every single rock that you look under and door that you open. It's like, where can I benefit off of like the energy that's happening here by creating an affiliate link or offer where somebody needs to go do something, they're going to do it through my ecosystem. I feel like if you get good at that one skill, you don't hardly have to build anything. You just have to like pay attention to how does my business run? What are people saying is like frustrating for them? And when I solve that problem, can I solve it in a way that I make money out of it?
I think this is just the smart way of doing business. It's like, we came up with a concept, and it's like, okay, that's a good concept. But now we came up with like 3 or 4 different ways of making money from that one same concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, I can build my list and have that upsell for myself, and it's like I make a crap ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have like affiliate links built into that, whenever someone
Mhm.
signs up, I make even more money. And then if I show other people who are doing the same thing that I'm doing how to set up this business and use my
Yeah.
affiliate links, like it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking, and it's the exact same thing just over and over and over.
Okay. So
I think this is, the principle of like business where it's like, oh, you build your business and then you teach other people how to build the business. It's
Mhm.
like that principle, but times 10.
yeah. Hmm. This is interesting.
Okay, we can talk about it then.
I'm wondering if we could literally do this with my church's thing. Because I was thinking that I had to do it myself, like build the newsletter, like do the, so who could I ask that we could go to and say, all right, I have 130 some clients, they're churches, church leaders. I want a newsletter where I can send them stuff and just stay in touch with them. Because I don't want to generate the content. I want them to be looking at leadership stuff. I want them to be looking at like, how can I serve my congregation? I don't want to do that. You already have a newsletter. You already have a business where you're promoting things where you get affiliate links. You're promoting your own thing. And that's who my audience is. Church leaders. And like, I'm going to grow that list. I'm growing that list. So all I want to do is build the relationship by putting content in front of them that's relevant to that audience.
But
So I want to partner with you. What I would like to do is, will you white label your newsletter so I can just forward what you're doing to them because it's relevant to them? And everything that goes through my list, like, is promoting your offer. All of your affiliate links is that's something that will help you and helps me. And then what I'd like to do is set up a way for you to be able to get churches who would like to borrow your newsletter as well and send their stuff to their people. Like, that can be an added offer that you can offer as a subscription basis. Like, I wonder if we can pitch this to somebody.
What if, because you're like, from what I'm understanding, this is a paid service, right? Where you're getting paid to set everything up, like set the newsletter up and get them like all set up, right? Because I'm thinking
This
like,
is-
if you make it a free offer and you combine all the different churches' newsletters into one, where it's like, hey, I'm running this church newsletter. Would your like congregation like to join it? So it's like you run only one list. You just get new churches to add their audience to your list. Your list grows and grows and grows. The same content
Right.
to all the list, to all the churches, because it's the same content, like it's the same people, they have the same interests. And
Yeah.
it's like, you don't even need to charge for it, because you could be like, once per week, you find a church religion like related offer, and people are
Mhm.
interested, buy in, and you're an affiliate, so you make a commission off that. So it's like you run one newsletter and you can
Mhm.
get like 100 different clients and have like a huge list, and the churches don't need to pay, because
Mhm.
every once in a while you promote an affiliate offer that's right for that audience, and that's how you make your money. Because I feel like asking churches to pay for stuff is a hard sell.
Yeah, I think you're right. Um, yeah, so that's the right way to do it. Is like you offer it for free. It's like, here's a way that you can stay connected to your people. So I think then the offer is not the newsletter, but it's like, once you have something valuable that your people can see consistently, then you can like write local church emails, and it's like people are starting to check their inbox because you're sending them stuff consistently. So anytime you have an announcement or whatever. But if they need help, well, how do I build out my content calendar for this year? So that I'm like talking to them at the holidays. I'm like promoting what's going on here. It's like I can have frameworks and resources and stuff for them that is either free or super low cost, like that makes that process more valuable for them. Okay, this is kind of irrelevant to the newsletter. So what I'm trying to figure out is like, what is it that you're doing that we could try right now to offer and pitch to somebody who has a newsletter? I'm trying to envision it in my head as like, okay, for them it's valuable because I'm growing my own list, and their offers, their promotions, their content are going to be in front of my list. So I'm building a relationship with them with a targeted audience for free. So the so the deal would be, I guess it's just like I just would need to reach out to people and like, can I swipe your emails? Like I need to find a more marketing like way of pitching it than that. But I guess that's literally what I'm doing is like, can I find people who like they want to grow their audience? So like, can I put your stuff in front of my people?
All right, what would be the one question for this? This is kind of like Lord of the Rings for business. One question to rule them all.
Yeah. Do you, I mean, it's like, do you want me to promote your stuff to my audience? I mean, are you okay? Hmm.
Do you like money? Uh,
Oh, hmm. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the offer would be. I mean, I don't know until I talk to people, but I think it would be, I think it would be something like, the thing that's valuable to them is getting more subscribers onto their list.
what if, I'm just wondering, because like this whole like copy my business thing, like back end offer to like potentially 10x or 100x your income is like super valuable, but it's limited to someone who's running an affiliate marketing business through newsletters. Is there a way to take that same basic concept and apply to other types of email lists or other types of businesses? Because if we can find a way to like make that offer like, I don't know, effective for other types of businesses,
Mhm.
we have a literally endless market. And our offer is like, hey, you already have a successful business. We can come in and 10x your income. You don't have to do any of the work. We set it up and we just make a profit on the back end. Like if we
Mhm.
can do that for multiple kinds of businesses,
Mhm.
it's limitless potential.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think the core, like the seed of the idea is there. The form it takes, I think, is really, you're not gonna know until you talk to people that say, okay, I see the value in this, like, let's talk out what this would look like. And I think you have to really be in the space of like somebody who needs this so that they can tell you, well, it would need to work like this for me to do it. And then can you go build that?
I
And
feel like
then,
I feel like this could work for any kind of like make money online type of audience. Because like
mhm,
if that's the goal, if the question your audience is asking is how do I make money online, even if you're just promoting your own products and it's not affiliate products, you can still be like, hey, this is my new course. You can literally copy my entire business.
mhm.
So it's like if we find a way for that to work for multiple kinds of businesses, like even if we're stuck within the make money online industry, like that is a huge industry. So how would it work though? Because it works for the affiliate marketing industry because it's not your offers. So you can literally like tell someone, hey, copy and paste this email, go get your affiliate link for this offer and promote it. Whereas if
Mhm.
it's your offers, it would be more like the program that I'm in right now of like, hey, you copy your business and you promote my product and you make a
Mhm.
profit as a result of it, but it's not as automated as it is when it's literally like copy my emails and go get the affiliate link.
Mhm.
So what is the version of this that would work for like other kinds of businesses?
I don't know. I think we just need to make this work and then we'll grow it from there. Part of me is like we already have a good idea and it's like you kind of need to go through the process of making that work. Like this is the learning to dive, but then once you have the one version, it'll be so much easier to look at everything else and be like, oh snap, this can apply there, this can apply there, this can apply there. And you just take some of the money and be like, all right, I've got two VAs like and one coach who kind of knows this industry. Like, you go start this little project. I'm gonna pay everybody off the back end of like this stuff working, and I know it will work because we already got tons of results. Like once you learn how to dive, like then you can just keep doing it over and over and over, and you don't have to do the work of like, all right, learn the step and then the step and then the step. Like now you can just dive.
I don't
So,
know.
anyway.
I was trying to dismiss a notification. I pressed on it by accident. um,
Okay.
hmm. I feel like maybe, yeah, maybe we're over complicating this because like even if we are stuck within the like newsletter affiliate marketing industry, if we find like 10 or 20 people with relatively big lists and we get like 10 or 20% of the back end, like, do we really need any more?
I I don't think so. I think this idea, if you just keep working on this idea to make it like find somebody that you could do it for, and once you have a result, you can like really simple ESL run ads to that and be like, you get so many people raising their hands, like you're gonna do all that for me, and I get that with almost no work on my end. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like even if it's a person with a 10,000 list
Mhm.
and we set this up and pitch it, it's like, even if only 100 people sign up to this, that's 100 times 100, that's 10,000 more per month. If we make
Mhm.
10% of that, that's $1,000 per month. That we make like recurring income, not doing anything. We
Mhm.
find 10 people with a 10,000 person list that's get 100 people to sign up. We're making $10,000 per month. Like anything beyond that, it's like, okay, cool, it's more money, but do we really need it? Not really.
Mhm. Okay, so here's how you sell this is like just case studies. Um,
Wait, it's hiding the
like
name for the people automatically? Whoa.
these are, this is screenshots from somebody's website. It's not,
Oh, I
it's
thought it
not
was
my,
like Zoom,
this,
like automatically hiding the stuff. I'm like, whoa,
that
that
would
is
be a
advanced.
cool, that would be a cool like plugin. If you could get a Chrome extension that would just like hide sensitive data. Maybe there's something like that, because then you could like go through your email and like show different stuff, and that would be, that would be cool. No, so this guy, he's an affiliate marketer. He says, free course reveals the 7-step process that took me from $50,000 in student loan debt to $1 million business online. Okay, so this is, okay, free, so, okay, a free course. It reveals a 7-step process, so that's what I'm gonna get. And then the emotion is like, it took me from $50,000 in student debt, so that's where I'm running away from, to $1 million business online. So it's like, that's what I'm getting and what it's gonna do for me. And then the what to do is enter your email to get it. So the safety is, it's not gonna cost me anything. I'm getting a process that I can copy, and it's gonna move me from being in debt to being a millionaire. And the way that I get it is by putting in my email address. Like, this costs me nothing. All I have to do is put my email in to get it. So it's like one step. That's what we want to model. Like, that's the fractal of like, you can use that model of like, it's valuable. You bear like, I know exactly what it is before I'm committing to anything, and it's super, super easy for me to get it. If you can model that in the business, like just take this thing, that's the framework for how to sell it, how to build it, and like, if everything can follow that process, um, I think you can get this making money fast. Because the genius of your, like, what you've picked is like, you don't have to fulfill on anything. Like, you're just gonna find all the people who've already made stuff. So you're basically like a couple Google searches away from like getting things that will be valuable for people. You don't have to do any hardly any work. And then let's see, all this social proof help make me a millionaire. So this guy is saying he built $1 million business online, and his social proof is like this course, like, built the foundation so that I could become a millionaire. Eventual sale of my business for $25 million. Your advice makes me $20,000 a month. That's over $200,000 a year. That's, they can buy a house every year, basically. Hey guys, wanted to give you an update on my journey. Revenues. 2018, they were barely making anything. 2019, struggle bus. 2020, explosion. So they're saying this thing freaking works. Hey there, I'm Miles. I help entrepreneurs. So he didn't even introduce himself until he's already said, here's the promise. Here's what you do. here's my street cred. It works, guys. The people who are learning from me are millionaires or, are making money. And then he's like, hey, so I'm not, it's like, now we care. Now he's got our attention. Help entrepreneurs launch and scale businesses with digital marketing. Made my first dollar online in 2003, so I've been at this for a while. 2016, I started publishing YouTube videos, teaching everything that I've learned in the last 18 years. I've been making money for free, so he's got a little, it's not exactly an affiliate link, but he's inviting you into his ecosystem. Drops a little click here if you want to see my YouTube videos. Can I just tell you that you saved me $8,000 with your free videos? I was about to pay someone that much to show me what you're showing here. Thank you. Some so-called gurus charging $1,000 to $2,000 to teach this, and Miles is just giving it away for free. This guy, I don't know who this guy is. And I co-founded the website in the spiritual and the meditation niche. Website is still the main focus for our family business to stay. What I teach on my blog is based on the experiences and skills I've gained from growing that business with my wife, from a $95.40 investment in hosting and a domain to a multi-million-dollar business with hundreds of thousands of leads, 10,000 customers, and millions of visitors per year. Here's a screenshot. Most important thing I want you to keep in mind is all of this came from humble beginnings. Okay.
I feel like this reminds me a lot of an ad that I saw on Facebook. Well, no, the sales page that an ad led me to. And it was literally like a pitch for $10,000. Like, I'm going to set up your funnel for you and fully automate everything in the newsletter too. And it's like, it's $10,000. And it's like, it was one video at the top explaining what the offer was. And then dozens and dozens and dozens of like videos of former clients saying like, this like worked a lot. So it's testimonials. And it's like, so video at the top, then testimonial button, testimonial button, testimonial button. That was like the entire sales page. And like, that seems really smart to me. Way smarter than like, these are all the key features and all the benefits and all the bonuses and all the crap that you don't really want to read. So I think in the beginning, it's just like simple video or text explanation of this is the irresistible offer. And then once we start getting clients and start getting results, then it's like testimonial, and you just keep adding and adding and adding. Because like if we get to the point where it's like irresistible offer where you can like 10x your income of your pre-existing business, you don't have to do any of the work, and you do that for free, and you have like 20 reviews of people are like, oh my God, this like exploded my business. It's like, why would anyone say no to that?
So this is a good example of this is an appointment booking funnel. It's like short video. It tells you this is gonna be a short video, and then tells you who it's for. It's like super simple VSL, no copywriting. And then he ended up adding some social proof videos after he's had this up for a little while. So there's a little bit more, but like this used to be like 3 or 4 about 6 months ago, this used to be just this headline, this short video, and then this button. That's all there was here. So it was like pre-selling the idea, and I watched this very carefully. I looked at his land page, I looked at his video, I started to go through his funnel, and he had a qualifying survey before you book the call. So he was, I mean, it's very straightforward. And then he was running cheap ads to this little page. but this has evolved just slightly. Like this is what he's selling. This little headline formula. Like I figured out that what he's offering, a 15-minute imperfect video plus video conversions at scale equals more booked calls and high paying clients than you can handle. This little headline trick that he's doing, this formula for building this is like, tell me what I'm getting, which is you're gonna have a little system, and then you're gonna start having some results. That's gonna create the thing that you want, which is like more booked calls and high paying clients than you can handle. So he was teaching people how to build out literally just an appointment booking funnel. And he used to have on here, what he used to sell is his method, which is like, he said with the triple, like he was calling it some sort of like triple something strategy. And it was like, oh, you're just literally saying like this Venn diagram, like addition headline thingy. Like what you use in your funnel is what you're offering people. It's like, I'm just selling what I already did. And so he's trying to get you on a call with him so that he can figure out what is it that you want, how much can I charge? And it's like, that was how he built his thing. And he's just using the same little, the same little 15-minute presentation that he started 16 years ago. He's showing like webinars have like so many steps that your conversion drops off, and he basically sells you into the idea that like, wouldn't it be great if you had a way that you could just really simply get prospects and then turn them into clients super fast. And that's what I mean, this is not new by any stretch of the imagination. Like a call booking funnel is like one of the simpler things. And then you just run his ad was like, there's a picture of him riding a tiny rocking horse. And he's like, this Trojan horse is booking me clients or something. and so it was like just a stupid, weird picture of him on a rocking horse. It's like something to just stop the scroll, something to kind of get your curiosity. And so then he promised like a way to get clients. So of course you click on it. And so it's like, this guy is just doing something simple and continuing to build it out. So what I think we should do is just model this, which is like, tell people what they're getting. This is the idea. And I don't have anything yet. Who I'm looking for is somebody who already has a list and says, okay, if you can help me make more money off of the list I'm already doing, like I like the idea of offering recurring revenue off of my existing list, and you're gonna build it for me, sign me up. I will help you and I'll tell you what I want. Like that's what you should sell. But you don't necessarily need to talk about the how in detail. That's like a small part. What you want to sell is like, hey, my goal here is to help you make more money off of the work that you've already done. You already have a list. You already have affiliate links. You're already making money off of your list. But what if I could like offer you a way to plug this into your business? You do virtually no work. I will do the work. And that system will give you, maybe 10 times the revenue, what you're making off of a customer if they opt into the system. That's what I want to build for 2 people for free, so that I can learn what needs to be built, and so that I can talk to people who this is going to be the right thing for. I mean, if that's something you're interested in doing it, I think that's literally what you should do, is say, that's what I'm planning to do. That's who I want to talk to. If that's you, let's talk and see if we like the idea of working together. And
Yeah,
then
I feel like we could even use the question approach of, even in the beginning, before we test it, we can be very conservative. Instead of being like, hey, we can like 10x, 100x your income. It's like, what would you like? Do you want me to double your income for
Mhm.
free for no extra work? Like something as simple as that. And just a question, and then it's like a video explaining like, hey, this is the basic outline of what I'm offering. This is who I'm looking for. If you're interested, just click the link below and like you just link that to Calendly and people can book the appointment directly.
Yeah. So I think that's what we should do is like, you say literally what they're gonna get. We'll just build a tiny, like a 1-page appointment booking thing that just goes directly to your calendar. And then just drop it in like affiliate marketing groups. I mean, honestly, I think if you Googled affiliate marketers, people who teach affiliate marketing, people who have things, and just reach out to them directly. Say, hey, I am looking for established affiliate marketers with an idea that I think can double your revenue with no work. That's what I want to build for affiliate marketers. I want to do it for somebody who can give me the feedback that I need to know to make sure that this will work. Would you be willing to have a conversation? If you want to know more, look at this video.
I don't even know if we need like a video in the beginning. I think we could just like do a little research, find some people, reach out and just explain like, hey, this is what I'm doing. If you're interested, let me know. We'll just have a quick chat and see if it's a good fit. And it's
Okay,
like,
perfect. So what if you just found
because like we're not charging anything, like it's an easy sell because most people are like, oh, he's just trying to pitch me something. But if from the beginning we're clear, it's like, you don't need to do any work and it won't cost you anything. That gets people intrigued of like, okay, maybe it's like some like bullshit, but if it's not, I have nothing to lose.
yeah. So it's like, I might be able to help you 2x your revenue with your existing list. And I want to build it for you for free to validate that the idea works.
I don't
Like,
really
I
think I
think,
need to like say to validate the idea.
yeah, and I want to build it for you for free. Would you be
Yeah.
willing to talk for a couple minutes? So I can
Yeah, because like
see.
even for that, like I don't need to do it like for free in the sense like, yes, it's for free. They don't have to pay, but it's like I can still set up even the first one. I can still be like, hey, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, but I asked for a 10% of all back-end sales.
Right.
So it's like it's still free to them, but I don't need to
Right.
do it for no profit, you know?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. And so then that's what you could do is like you say for free, or you say like, and I will do the work, whatever you want to do. And then like when you actually get them on a call and be like, so you're not gonna have to pay anything up front, but I do need you to tell me like, if I do this, this, and this, like, is that gonna work for you? Like, how do we make sure that the funnel, the process, the system actually works? And then the way that I get paid is like on the back end, like any affiliate deal.
Yeah, it's like
So
they understand that principle because that's their business. They're an affiliate.
yeah.
It's yeah, I think like that's irresistible. It's like at that point, it's like I could probably like once I have more social proof and stuff like that, I could pretty much get away with being like, all right, I charge 25%. It's just like, hey, I've done this for 10 people. On average, they've like tripled their income, and I've done all the work for them. All I ask for is 25% on the back end. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're like, well, if it's like only 75% of what I can get, but it's like it's way more than I'm getting now and I don't have to do any work. Okay. So in the beginning, I think it's more like 10%, then maybe like 15, and 20 still seems like a good deal. 25 starts being a little high, but I think it might be possible further down the line. Anyway, we'll see. That's irrelevant at the moment. Because I feel like with this kind of offer, I could easily like find 5 people, pitch them that, and at least
Mhm.
1 or 2 are probably gonna be interested.
Yeah,
And the thing is, like, if I find the right person who has like a big list, even if it's like 10%, it's like I could just get 1 client. It's like, okay, I'm set. I don't need another client if I don't want to.
yeah. I have somebody that I think I might be able to connect you with. I need to find out if he has a list. In fact, I can, let me look at his group. Facebook.
Okay, my question is, would it make more sense if we partnered up and we're like, we're doing this together? So we like split the load, or like, there are things that you're better at than I am and things like that. Like, would that make more sense? Since like we're both doing the work of coming up with how this would all work.
Let's see here. Mhm. The honest truth is like the stuff that I've already committed to is pretty much filling my time. Cause I'm
Alright,
doing, I'm supposed to be spending like $10 a week working on Brian's stuff, which he's paying me for. And then I have a couple of clients that
no, I just didn't
um,
want you to feel like, we're working on
oh,
this and
no,
coming up with everything together, and I just go off and like do it and make all the money.
no, I mean, if this thing works, like, I'm gonna promote the heck out of it for you. I mean, the fact that you and I are friends and that we talk about ideas all the time, like, even if I'm not making money, like, you and I run in the same, like, you and I are in each other's orbit, like, there's gonna be so much stuff that's gonna be more valuable than money, just because, like, we're helping each other all the time. Like, money is not the thing that drives me, which is frustrates Sarah to no end, which is part of the reason I let my life kind of always like almost burn up and get so close to the edge, because it's not the thing that really
Yeah.
actually gets me excited. And I'm just starting to learn that like I need to pay attention to where my money is, just like you need to pay attention to like how much gas you have in the car. It's like you don't let it get all the way down to empty before you fill it up. Like you need to be in the habit of making sure you keep it full, because what if you have to go, you know, into town, like drive an hour? It's like I wasn't planning on that, but good thing my car is just always full.
Or I
Like,
mean, if you want, we could just like make a deal and be like, hey, because we came up with this idea together, even if I'm the one doing it, you make like 10% just because this wouldn't exist without you. It's like, you don't need to do
yeah,
anything. Like, if this works and I make like a crap ton of money, it's like, all right, you get 10% of everything I make for just helping me brainstorm and figure out how this works.
yeah, whatever feels right for you. Yeah, we should totally do equity swaps. What we should do is like, if we do the work and we build a successful business and it was something that the other person like gave their input on and gave their like, hey, if you want to stake in this, if you feel like I helped rip this business, like let's swap equity on like some of the projects we're doing. Like I'm making X amount of money on this thing. It's like, you'll own 10% of this and I'll own 10% of something that you did. It's like that makes it
Plus, I feel
like
like even if we don't like make a deal or anything, we'd probably be like, yeah, I made $1 million, so here's $100,000. Thanks.
right. Yeah.
I feel like maybe at some point we'll get to a place where it's like, oh, here's 100,000. No, I don't want your money. Come on, take it, please.
Yeah.
And we're like
Dude,
sending
that
money
was
back
one of
and forth. Like, I don't want it. You take it. No, you take it.
I feel like there's a certain level of like where you get to your time is so valuable that like actually exchanging money is like throwing money down the toilet. Just because like the amount of energy and effort to transfer money, like in fees and in time spent, it's like, it'd be better to just like not do it and either like have handshake deals on stuff that's, yeah, like equity or different things like that. But it's like the fact that I can see that and I already see ourselves like being there means like we're gonna be so stinking rich, and it's gonna be like I feel like I'm gonna be the kind of person that's like, yeah, I really don't care that I'm rich. It's like, it's because I'm doing something that finally is like actually fun and keeps me doing the hard stuff that like isn't fun. That's like, that's what's meaningful.
Yeah, I feel like in a year from now, we're gonna look back and be like, ha, we sucked. But at the same time, I think we're gonna look back and be like, whoa, like that was the process we went through to become who we are now.
Mhm.
It's like I can sense us going through that process. Huh, double. That's funny.
Okay, you want a little tip on helping the universe manifest for you? I think this is okay. I'm gonna say this to test it. It's up to you if you want. But I have been for the last couple months, I've been opting into every single cookie tracker. Like I'm just like that living out loud idea is like I have nothing to hide. I don't want to like live in this thing of privacy. Like my ads are so freaking targeted because what I'm doing, like I think everything that I do online is like spied on by some cookie tracker. Like all the stuff that I write in Google Docs, the things I design in Canva. But what I'm finding is like what I'm doing shows up in front of me to show me like somebody who's doing the same thing. It's like, I mean, on some level, maybe it's to sell me, or maybe part of the value of like the cookie tracking is like, I'm putting you in connection with other people who are doing what you're doing. So like I'm getting an ad right now. So I refined this Canva design based on some feedback in a group. I originally had put I wrote a graphic that was like, here's a human approach to highly engaged, heart-centered audiences. Magnetic communities that that grow themselves. So like that was, I was like, hey, I want some feedback. Like, does this seem like it's a like a promise? Like, is this something interesting that you want to know more about? Like, just give me your actual opinion. A lot of people commented on the design of the graphic, which was like, okay, whatever, that's what you're looking at. A few people gave me comments on the copy. And what I found is that the market's like, I don't really care about your language, about heart-centered audiences. Like what I want is clients. And so I refined it to, oh, and one of the people's like, I don't know what this is for. It just feels like it's random information. So they like, it has to be tied to you. It's like, is this how you help people? Is this a program? Is this a group? Like, what is it? So, so what I changed it to was like a group for agencies and coaches who want to work less and make more money while scaling without ads. So it's like, okay, I want to spend less time, make more money. And then the middle section is like attracting clients who grow your group. Make an automatic growth into communities and memberships. Like that's the iterated version. I haven't posted that anywhere, but I just got an ad on Facebook that's attract high quality clients on autopilot. So it's like it's a slight permutation of like what I'm talking about. It's like clients, the idea of autopilot. Oh shoot, and now that is gone. Should have found it.
I also like the one right above, like double your return on ad spend for your online course. It's like That's kind of funny because we're just talking about like doubling your income
Right,
with no extra
yeah.
work.
So on some level, I think what I'm seeing is the more information that you give, uh, let's call it the universe. So the manifesting engine that people have built into the internet, which is like this gigantic advertising platform to like serve you what you want. I think I'm finding that the more that I talk about where I'm actually at and what I'm trying to solve, everything is listening to and trying to figure out, you know, oh, well, what is it that you're looking for? And then it just pops up in front of me. So I think there's something to this idea of just do everything where people can see it. And it doesn't even need to be like people. Like there's so many automated tools and things like you can leverage the internet to figure out for you what like what you need.
Ooh, that could be a cool strategy of like, do a bunch of like highly targeted Google searches and then just wait for like Facebook to give you the ads that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, how would we do this? It's like search for like newsletter affiliate marketers who use ClickBank or whatever. And it's like, do that and just like search different iterations of that in Google and just see what ads pop up because those people are always building their list. They probably use Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably like, if I search the right things, I'm going to be triggered in the algorithm and the ads are going to show up. So it's like, instead of having to go out and find those people,
Yeah.
I'm going to get them to find me. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they're using Facebook ads means that they're making enough money and their business is successful enough that they can afford to do that.
Yeah.
By the way, since we're talking about ads, do you know if there's a way to keep an ad from appearing on YouTube? Because there's one freaking ad that keeps appearing on YouTube every single time. And I'm like, I don't want this ad. Stop showing me this ad. And I've seen it like 50 times.
I think
And
there's a, isn't there like a
there's an option on
little,
Facebook. On YouTube, I don't know how to say like, don't show this ad again.
I don't know.
It keeps
Yeah,
popping
I
up
can't
all
I
the
can't
time.
think of it off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that there's a feedback thing that's like, don't show me more of this ad.
It's just because like there's that one ad that just has been pissing me off for like weeks and months. It's like it's not a bad ad. It's just like I don't want to see this ad. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've ignored it. Can I move on, please?
It's funny. Alrighty.
I wonder,
I
do you
think I
know on
need to go.
pay,
What's that?
do you know on YouTube if you pay per view or per click?
Per view or per click?
Because if they pay
I
for view,
don't.
they spend like a lot of money on me for nothing. Because I've seen that ad like no joke, like 20, 30, 40 times, maybe more. Like pretty much every time I go on YouTube and watch a video like on my phone, because I don't have an ad block on my phone,
Mhm.
I see that ad. Uh, it's funny how we've come to the place where like we have an irresistible offer that's a high-end offer and we don't even need to sell it because people don't need to pay for it.
Yeah.
So before we were
That's
like, last year we we're like, oh, like $10,000 offer, $100,000
Mhm.
offer. It's like this could generate that amount of money. Yet the
Yeah,
person doesn't
totally could.
actually pay for it.
Mhm. Yeah,
This
if I can
really
figure
is a
out,
level of like Jay Abraham of like, hey, I'm going to come in and do this work for you in your pre-existing business, and I just make a cut of the profits.
yeah. Well, that's, I mean, that's how I think a lot of people make money. Is like they find a target market that they can, what they do doesn't really cost them a lot in terms of time and energy, but it creates a big result for the right group of people, and that's how they pay themselves. Like if you can create the result that didn't exist in the first place, like people will happily pay you out of that money because it means they're making more. So if I can figure out like what is the equivalent of that for communities,
Yeah.
because in some level, like because you're dealing with people, there is a certain amount of complexity, and part of the requirement of like building a relationship with people is time. So it's like you need to figure out like how can you as fast as possible get the community doing that work where you're not the fulfillment. The community is like functional.
But I mean, it could be that, like, instead of creating audiences, you could, like, your pitch could be like, hey, do you want me to double the value of your audience for free? It's like, that's what you're good at. You're good at building culture.
Mhm,
And it's like, if you develop the right skills to build the right culture that
Mhm.
get people to interact more and spend more,
Yeah,
then it's like, that is super valuable. And if on
yeah.
top of that, you get paid on the back end, it's like, hey, I'm gonna double your income from your pre-existing audience,
Oh,
and I
dude.
make 15% of the back.
Okay. That's okay. This is the breakthrough that I'm looking for. So what I need to do is I need to look for people who have a high ticket business, who have a community, they have a group that they're letting fall flat. There's no engagement and there's no offer being made in the group. So my job is like, I want to make your community way more profitable, and I'll do it for you for free. So what I'm doing is any time that I'm spending in the community, creating more connection, it's like, I'm just building my brand, I mean, my personal relationship with potential prospects. So I'm like, I'm creating authority by being one of the leaders in the community. But what I actually do for people is just make their offer clear in their group. And then I get the community actually activated so that it's an experience where people want to be there and people want to interact. And then like I can leave. So I'm essentially putting an affiliate marketing offer for their existing program. Anybody who buys through that system, I'm going to make money off of. And I mean, I guess at some point um, they could change it, so they're not paying out. But it's like, what kind of jerk would like if I'm picking the right person, like at some point I'll get to the point where it's like I can demonstrate I've increased people's revenue by this much, it didn't cost them anything. It takes this much time to do it. This is the roadmap, and like at some point I'll be able to have the numbers to say this is what you're going to get out of it. You want to spend $5,000 to make your audience like to like double your revenue. Like, of course, it's the easy sell.
And I think this really ties into a very important element of
Mhm.
online, and it's like recurring income.
Yeah.
So many people are focused on like high-end tickets. It's like, yeah, okay, but you always hit a ceiling with that.
Mhm.
And even if it's like, well, it's group coaching, so I can have like 1,000 people. Yeah, but you still need to do the time. Like where we're at the level where like we want to do the work once and get paid potentially for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we can get to the point where I mean, for you, I don't know, but for me, like I could pretty much automate the system. I could get to the point where it's like, I've created the courses and the content, everything we need to plug on the back end and all the like funnels and everything. So it's like, I could literally hire a VA to be like, this is the process you need to go through to set everything up. So it's like, I pitch the thing and I don't even have to do the work to deliver it.
Mhm.
It's like if I do that, if I set that up, then it's just a question of, can I find enough people
to pitch that offer to set that
Mhm.
up. And it's like, if I set that up for 100 people, and it's like their list keeps growing and they get more and more people, and it's like there's endless potential.
Mhm.
Like I could literally be making like $1 million per month doing absolutely no work.
Yeah.
And that's just like the part of the business where it's like I find other people who are doing what I'm doing and I'm setting up the business for them. That's not even
Mhm.
counting like my own business, where it's like my
Yeah.
client set up that business.
Mhm.
It's like, it's just, I don't know, we'd have to count just for fun, but it's like I'm doing the work once and getting paid like 16 times.
Mhm.
Like that's kind of like this, the genius of this system we've come up with.
Dang, I think you helped me crack my actual offer. My actual offer is I'm gonna help you leverage your community to make more money off the offer that you already have. And I need
All
to
right,
be
what
going
would
after
be the
people who
question
have,
version of that?
what's that?
What's the question version of that? The question you can ask that someone's like, well, fuck yeah, I want that.
Yeah. Do you want me to help? Do you want me to help you get more clients from your Facebook group?
That
It's
doesn't
it's
seem quite
not
punchy.
quite, yeah.
You want me to double the value of your existing customer base for free or something like that? Like numbers,
Yeah, like
like you want me to 3x
yeah,
your income or no apps for free and you don't have to do any
not your income,
profit?
your CL CLV, your customer lifetime value.
Hmm.
It's like if you're not like the affiliate marketing things, like if you have 1,000 people or more on your subscriber list, there you can bank on averaging about $1 a month per subscriber. Um, if that's your numbers, like, and you have a Facebook group, like, you could actually be making 10 times that amount for every person that's in your Facebook group because it's not a static list, it's alive. It's an organism that is constantly teaching itself why your thing is important. So if you let me come into your community and set it up the way that communities that make money are built, you can potentially 10x your customer lifetime value, which means you get more clients, people stay with you longer, people keep coming back and buying from you.
Like, and if we can, like, once we start initiating this and we get a few clients and we know the exact stats,
And
like
then
imagine
refer
the
more
offer
paying
is,
clients.
yeah, but imagine the offer is like, I can like 10x your existing income with no extra work and no extra cost.
Mhm.
That is an incredibly like irresistible offer. It's like I'm 10xing your business for free.
Yeah,
You don't have to do any work.
yeah, that's
And it's
pretty
like
dope.
if
You could
you like
basically
that,
just build, you basically just build like a ridiculously sexy affiliate funnel using their group.
because like once you're able to pitch that and like you deliver, you're gonna get like a raving fan for life.
Mhm,
Like you do that to someone, you 10x their business for free and they
mhm.
don't do any work, like they're going to give you the best review you can ever imagine. You get 10 of those on a page and you have that irresistible offer, like you're going to have to turn away clients.
Yeah, and what I just realized is I already have a client. Like I already have somebody, I have two people who are a perfect fit for like testing this and like they'll pretty much will let me do whatever I want, I think.
So
Because
how do you,
I've got Randy, he's got
yeah,
an offer that he's building. I've got Jessica, who I've already built like almost all the assets I need for this to work. She has her manifesting course that is already broken up. It's already set. And I've written out her story. I've written out some copy for a land page. I have her cancer thing broken up into like 5 sections that could be follow-up email sequences. Like I almost have the system that you're talking about. It's like, do you want to copy my existing business? Like I almost have the product already done. It's like, I just need to, and I think I have the community that I can be like, instead of me doing it, be like, hey, Anthony, you're a copywriter. Can you help me like actually get the copy on this thing working? Hey, Joe, you're a funnel builder. Can you like build the funnel out for me so that, and like build it in a way that is like, holy cow, this is ridiculously amazing. And so then I can just invite people to help me and say like, I will use this existing thing in your community, your business for free if you help me. And you know, they'll probably need, I'm gonna recruit some people who are not ready for what I can help them with, but like they'll get the process and the benefit of like, oh, we're building something like this didn't exist and now it's making money. I have results. Like I'm making Aaron money because I did this thing. Like he can be one of my client testimonials. Like there's just so much. Like I've already got everything I need right here in front of me.
Okay, so how do you do this
Crazy.
for Jessica and Randy to like set up their business and at the same time start generating passive income for yourself and generate the testimonial so you can then go out and pitch that knowing that one, you tested and proved this theory, and two, you have like testimonials to back up that you can do this.
Okay, so I think what you asked me was, what are the steps in order to make this like what I just said is like, oh, this is possible. Like, so how do you do it so that for Jessica and for Randy, those offers are like there in place and it's like we start getting them clients. Is that what you're?
Yeah, basically, I guess what I'm saying is, why are we still talking? Go do it.
Bye. This
Man,
has
this-
been amazing. I think we're gonna be making like a lot of money in the next 90 days. Like a lot of money.
And the beauty of this is like, right now, my struggles are like, oh, how do I grow my email list? Like, where do I get the money and like all that crap? And then it's like, oh, how do I figure out how to get my ClickBank affiliate or account back so I can start promoting offers?
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, okay, I still want to do that, but that is like long-term strategy. Short-term is do a couple of Google searches, find someone who's an affiliate marketer who promotes their offers on ClickBank, who has a big list, reach out to them, pitch that. And once someone says yes, set that up for them within like, I mean, it might be a little longer the first time, maybe like a week, let's say. But it's like, if I set that up and 100 people sign up, like, okay, I just made from like I went from 0 to making $1,000 per month.
Okay, I'm super excited. I feel like, and I don't know. I just can't even talk. My brain is like,
You know what I'm realizing? Like in the last few weeks, we come up with a business idea and we're like, this is genius. And then within a week, we're like, we found a way to like 10x the income and like do 10% of the work.
yeah, right. This is crazy. So I think this week, my actual work is go have the conversations that does the market research in real time for Jessica and for, well, I'll do for Randy because he's paying me first. So I'll do the market research, the hashtag, like the conversations that will let me get the language that I can make that offer. And then I'll put together the offer and pin it to the top of his Attitude of Gratitude Facebook group and his Unchurched Facebook group. And then anything after that, that they want me to do that costs time, I've already told them, like, if you want me to like do Zoom calls and stuff, like, you gotta pay me for my time, like $50 an hour for like a call or something. And then, but like, this is the product. This is the thing that I can like, I'm doing the work of like figuring out what your people are saying that they want. Let's make that offer, and then you have an asset that can just slowly suck more people into your membership.
All right, just a question to put you in the right mind frame. How can you do this, but do 10% of the work and get 10 times the result?
I shouldn't do it by myself. I need to get other people who are good at what they're doing to help me do this. And if I can get this thing making money, I'll pay them.
I don't know, it's just like, you don't need like a specific answer. I'm just like,
Right.
that seems like a good thought to have, like, all right, how can I do 10% of the work and get 10 times the result? Like, if that's your like mindset, I think that whatever you end up doing is going to be way
Yeah.
more effective than just like,
Yeah.
well, I got to do the work, so let's do it.
Yeah. Well, I think in this case, what I'm seeing is like, what I know to do is adequate for like building this. It's like, okay, I can plot out the steps of this is what I need to do. And then I'm willing to do all the steps if nobody's gonna help me. But like, if I say, this is what the project is, this is what I need done to complete it, anybody who wants to help me, like, you can have a cut of this, or like, I can help you do the same thing in your business and like make your subscriber list feel more valuable. It's like, so do you want me to pay you like, $200 for you doing the part that you're gonna do, or do you want me to like give you the asset once we make it? Like, let's turn around and do this for you so that you can start making more money.
All right, two things came up. First one I forgot, so I'm going to move on to the second one. If we use this principle of, using, not in a bad way, but like using other people to get better results, could you set this up in such a way that the people that you're bringing into the program are the ones who are going to make money and are the ones who are going to bring other people? So you just need to bring like 10 people in the program who are going to make money by getting other people in the program. So it's like you do the work once and it's like the work keeps doing itself after that. If that makes sense.
I know what you're saying and asking. I guess
I don't know if it's
part of,
possible. I'm just saying, like, if you can figure that out,
oh, I know it's
that's to make the
possible. I
job
think it's
so
sort of
much
like,
easier, more valuable.
yeah. I mean, I think it's sort of like the results for what's gonna make it sexy. Like, if I can say, this is what the offer is. I'll do this for free and you start making money, and that's how I make money. Like, people will say yes. And if I can get the speed of that down to like, okay, this takes 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, you should be making your first sales on something that you didn't have before, that didn't take you any time or money to create. Like, people will say yes to that, and then they're gonna be excited about that. They'll give me testimonials, referrals. Like, that will pull in more people to do that with.
Yeah, I think you're right. At this point, maybe we don't need to come up with all the systems. It's just like, all right, we have the basics, let's go do it.
And I think that's the fun of the business. It's like, how do you squeeze more efficiency of like, all right, so do I have a system where the referrals turn into, oh, this is gonna be 3.5 more clients if I get one person to record a video testimony or whatever. I think figuring out all of those systems and processes off of each like leg in the
Dude. I just realized something. One of the upsells for my business is here's how you generate the traffic to build your list. Now, if I'm setting this business up for someone else who already has a list, I can be like, hey, we need to be able to provide this service to people. So tell me, how did you build your list? What is the best, most effective way to build your list? And it's like, okay, that's good because then I can create content to show the people who sign up to this offer how to do that. But at the same time, I'm learning how to do it for myself. So it's
Mhm.
like I'm literally getting paid to learn how to grow my list.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's like when you realize that the secret is anything that you learn, you just pass on. And it's like you create value for a whole bunch of other people who wanted to learn that, but didn't go to the work of like, how do I learn that? It's like you get everything for free. You make money doing it by helping other people do it. Do exactly the thing that you wanted to do.
Dude, this is it. This is how to build your list for free. No, actually, this is how to get paid to build your list.
Mhm.
It's not in the sense of like, oh, I'm getting paid and I'm building this. It's like in the sense of I'm getting paid recurring income to learn the exact skills I need to learn to build a list very quickly and effectively.
Mhm.
Like that is so much more valuable than just building the list.
Yeah. Okay, let's go make some money.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Good to see you, man. This is amazing.